Okay, down here, so we're going to do a comparison of my 1994 40th anniversary Strat single coil tones with my DGT coil tap tones. So we're on the neck, everything's on full. Okay, let me play something kind of similar. Everything's on full, coil tapped neck. So as you can see, I'll do a reference with the humbucker. Okay, now to get some of the quacky in-between sounds, we need to put it in the middle. And depending on which pickup we roll off, we're going to sort of approximate position 2 or position 4. So if we roll off some of the neck, and this is still on full, get a bit of quack to approximate position 2. Which is that's approximate position 4. We roll off some of the bridge. So back on full, roll off some of the bridge. You get and there's a myriad of tones to be had in here. I've played this guitar so much, I need to get these 2 pots changed because they're very crackly, even though I've cleaned them all out. But I did play this guitar like all the time, constantly for like 6 years. So it needs a little bit of an overhaul on the pots. So the single coil tones on this are obviously never going to be exactly the single coil tones on the Strat. I can't even speak single coil tones on the Strat. The way they do it is totally different because it's not. They don't take one coil out completely and just have one coil. They add some more winds to that coil to bring the volume back up. Stay with humbucker. And of course, there's a bit of a volume drop anyway because single coils tend to have less volume anyway. There's some beautiful high end there. You'll only going to get exactly that on one of these. But it gets so close, and it's that's probably more comparable to a more woody vintage Strat, because this 90 Strat is very crystalline. Obviously, I haven't even touched any gain. It's a sound you can only get out of the Strat. And we can approximate it, but as I say, this is like the way I describe this, it's like a Swiss Army knife of guitar tones. It does pretty much loads, it covers so much ground in the Gibson territory and in the Fender territory, but it is a PRS and it does its PRS thing, which is that somewhere in the middle ground. As I say, these things are a blend between a Gibson and a Strat basically, and it just depends which PRS you get, depending on how Stratty or how Les Paul it is, I suppose. So again, two amazing guitars. This is absolutely iconic, of course. It's probably number one for me. If I could only ever have one guitar in the world, it would just be a Strat, basically. That's all anyone really needs. Everything else is just lovely to have. But I love my DGT. It covers so much ground, and when I'm doing the looping and stuff like that, it makes such a difference. Because when I do a loop, I just use the guitar that I'm playing at the time, so the bass, the rhythm, whatever else is there is just out of that guitar. So the more tones I can get out of the guitar, the more diverse thing is. Like with a loop, you're fighting with frequencies, so you want to put things at different frequencies, and so playing the Les Paul, because it takes up so much sort of bandwidth, it's difficult to do a complex loop on that because it just tends to mush. Whereas this, because you've got single coil tones, you can get much thinner, and you can place where the sort of sound is, or the frequency in the frequency spectrum better, having a larger array of sounds on offer. So this is still and will always be my number one until I find something better, because it covers so much ground. It's amazingly well made. I will play that track and then maybe noodle over it a bit, I think. Let's see how that goes.